Right, 1651, good luck. 600 games of rapid for my opponent. I've done 220 odd. Let's just develop. Bishop up. Okay. Now, where do I want to go? I'm going to throw a check in. Then maybe just drop back. Yeah, let's just drop back here. Just aim into castle. Okay, I'm going to bring the pawn into the center, so we're going to aim to try and push forward at some point. You can always do c5 and we can undouble, but just develop there. Do I want to sack a pawn here? Just get castled. Take, go for activity. And which pawn? I can always go across and sack the outer pawn. I've even got queen up. I'm just going to play queen up for now. Delay castling one move, but that's all I'm basically trying to do. If he takes, I'll take back with a pawn, so I'll pre-move that. Okay, the knight comes up, so I'm going to get castle, break that pin. Again, if takes, I'll still take with the pawn. I don't want to trade the queen. And at some point, I'm going to want to try and push this pawn forward. That actually might make it a little bit easier now, because I can protect this d pawn. So we can think of trying to really advance here. The knight, I don't see what the knight is going to particularly do there. Knight here to hit the pawn. So I could actually push my pawn up to kind of stop that. It kind of half ties my rook down. But I can just get on with advancing. Knight down, rook across. And I think the knight's a bit misplaced, so I'm going to do that. Pre-move in case takes, so, and then we're just trying to advance forward. Knight does go there, so... Actually, I could drop the bishop back now. Threat to really start marching forward. Actually, that's probably a bit more sensible. Or, do I spend a move bringing the bishop in? Potentially sack a pawn, but you can't castle. If you take with the queen, I take the knight. So you've got to take with the knight. That's tempting, that. A move like bishop up. You take with the knight. You could be getting into a little bit of bother, but it's a real gamble, But I can maybe just go here, plant my bishop. Or I can start to get forward. What do I want to do? Common sense is basically just play one of these. That's the gamble move, so do I do it? Bishop up. No, I don't think... And what am I going to do if I don't, having said that? Here. Knight takes. Maybe I've got queen across. You're in a dangerous pin, but I guess you've got knight there. Bishop up. Knight takes. I don't see how I'm getting the knight trapped. No, I'm just going to play rook across. I've burnt too much time there. He should just castle now. So I'm going to give my king a bailout square, so that's been done. I mean, he could maybe sack, he doesn't, so I'll just give myself a bailout square there. Now the idea is to try and get forward at the right moment. Well, the knight's now a little bit misplaced there. Drop back, threatening to push. We might be able to trap the knight on the rim here with e5 and then g4. Okay, so I'm going to play e5 to stop the knight coming back. So g4 is a threat. You can move this pawn though. And bishop up might be a little bit of a nuisance move. Okay, so he has found it. So bishop up, knight back. How do we do this? I'm going to get bold and play g4. Right, now I'm going to centralize the queen. Idea bishop up and then the queen across, something like that. Try and keep an eye on all my pieces. Knight's come back, so I can't quite go here just yet. So I'm going to bring the bishop forward, pin the knight. Try and go here. Knight in, I guess, is a decent move, but then I've always got pawn up to kick the knight. Okay. So if I go here, knight in might be the move. So what about knight up? Threatening queen back. That looks okay as well to me. Threatening queen back with a direct threat to go to both squares. Trying to create a double threat. I don't think a sacrifice is particularly playable, but I might be wrong. I'm threatening queen back. Then we won't come under attack from the knight. Oh, grabs a pawn. I don't think you're in time to do that. I'm going to go back and just create a basic threat. If you play a rook back, then queen to f6, and the knight's in a pin. Okay. Oh, here, maybe you can get away with this actually. Have I missed that? Might have missed that. I don't think I can trap the queen. Although, no, go here, knight back. I think I can just go here. And the rook's going to be still pinned. Although I guess the knight could even potentially go back, but there's a pawn loose. Okay, I'm going to go forward, hit the rook. Knight back, I can maybe grab a pawn. Ah, knight back, I can take, king takes. Ah, I thought I could check, but the queen covers. I can't quite check. So I'm just going to grab the pawn and threaten to grab another pawn. But there is a potential for that. If the queen wanders off, I can take and then check and win an exchange. If the queen isn't on this defending diagonal. But I have given away a minute on the clock here. Okay, rook's gone across to defend. But now can I just activate my rook and try and crash through? Looks very dangerous. This pawn might get a bit loose, but got to be right to do this. And again, if the queen's not defending here, I've got the threat of take and take. If you attack this pawn, I could spend a move doing this, but the rapid attack might work. Not easy for black here, not easy. So if we grab a pawn, then we attack the knight and we threaten to take here. Knight takes pawn has got to be a threat now. So there's a threat on the board opening the path for the queen. Yeah, 3 attack the pawn and 2 defend it, so rook comes across, logical. So I thought I had queen over, I can maybe drop back, or here. What I don't want is for black to force a repetition. So here, here, maybe I just simply come back. Yeah, that looks good to me. Although, if I go here, you can't move this rook, and if you move that one, you lose the knight. And trading the queens would win material. But if you move quickly and you move there, you drop your knight. So you've got to be a little bit careful still. Something like the corner, I can hopefully get out, give my queen multiple options. But the threat is knight takes pawn, so there's a strong threat on the board. So the queen has gone back. Actually, that might be a really good move. That might force a trade. Can I go here? I don't think I can, but can I take here? I think I can do that. Take, 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 take. That wins an exchange, I think. I don't think I've got anything better, so I'm going to take. Then I think I win the pawn in the exchange at the end of it. So it takes, so we check and we win an exchange. It should be good enough. Yeah, we get the win.